Hi everyone, my name is Ralph Abella, your Mr. Tourism Intercontinental World 2019 and your Mr. Canada Globe 2019.
And my name is SHELBY ALDRED, your World City Queen Petite 2019.
And we're here today to discuss about the new pageant norm.
To introduce our lovely CEO, Maya Santana-Pilar, she's going to be talking about what it's going to look like in the day for Pageants.
So let us call on together with us our CEO, Ms. Maya Santana-Pilar.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2020 MCGP National Pageant. And it's very important that we discuss the new norm in pageantry, which is the 2020 Miss Canada Globe National Pageants. This is very exciting for us, as we know the whole province of Ontario is on phase 3, which means that we are now allowed to have gatherings and events with covering and following the guidelines of CDC. And I will explain that to you so that everyone will have a great interpretation and understanding that we are still practicing social distancing and safetyness to all our contestants, staff, volunteers, title holders, and even our spectators.
So Maya, can you go over what it's going to be like for the day the guests and all of our delegates check in?
Okay, thank you very much for asking that question. This is very important that I would like to explain that everything that we do is based on the CDC guidelines. If everybody needs to know what CDC means, it's called the Center for Disease Control, and they're the ones that facilitate what is event organizers need to follow in order for the safetyness of all the people involved in a public event. So let's
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, as you said, we're following a new norm right now. Our community already have like serious guidelines that we have to follow when we are outside of the public. Is there any additional and mostly important thing that everyone needs to remember as a part of the pageant?
Yes. So first and foremost, I'd like to first start with the first day of the National Pageant Week, which is September the 16th, when all the delegates arrive. So when all the delegates arrive in our host hotel, they need to basically check in. So there will be a front desk there, and then from there they have to have their temperature taken, which is very important. And this is not like a thermometer that they put in on contact with their body. It's actually a no contact temperature. It's like a gun where they basically point it onto your forehead and gets the temperature of all the delegates. And this is also facilitated by the hotel administration, the hotel management and security, because this is very important. So first, when you enter the hotel, you must wear a mask, and that's very important because it prevents you from spreading any viruses that's coming out from your mouth or from your nose. As we all know, it's based on droplets, and it could be considered also an airborne disease. So for safetyness, it's really important that we all wear masks. After that, they've done the necessary precautions of doing the thermometer check or temperature check and wearing a mask. Our staff will direct you to the front desk in order for you to check in. So with the check-in, obviously the front desk will ask for your phone number and also identification, which is very important. Why will they ask for your phone number? It's very important because of contact tracing. It is mandatory by CDC, by the government, and by the hotel administration and management. And then from there, you have basically a free day to enjoy yourself, get ready for yourself for the following day, which is the registration day. So I want to talk about the registration day. Again, it's very important that you all listen to what's about to happen. That is when you basically line up at our registration area, which is at the ballroom of the host hotel. And on there, the first thing that they will basically do is for you to submit the certificate from doing a test, a COVID-free test. So you need to have your COVID test, and you should be getting a certification from the public health, from your province or from your city, that you've done the COVID test and that you are COVID-free. And this must be taken 1 week before you arrive in Toronto. So 1 week, you must have your COVID test. And then from there, obviously, you don't get the COVID results right away. They will basically, I think within 5 to 10 days, they will give you the results. So upon entering the registration room, the first thing that they will ask is for that. And then the second is they will do another temperature check. And then the third is you need to basically give the forms that will be given to you weeks prior to the national pageant. And this just basically certifies or tells us that you are entering the competition and that you will practice social distancing, and that you will wear the face shields when it's required to, and the face mask when it's required to. It also says there that in any situation that happens, that you agree that Miss Canada Globe Productions will not be liable for you medically if anything happens or if you do get COVID infection. But as I mentioned, if proper social distancing is happening and everybody's wearing their mask, everybody's wearing their face shield, there should be no problem, because we are containing ourselves from any future infections that could happen. So once that's done, all our delegates will be receiving the official face mask of Miss Canada Globe Productions, and this is washable. So this is basically required to be worn during performances. The second thing that you will be given is a face mask, and the face mask, or a face shield, and the face shield is to be worn at all times, during trainings, during rehearsals, even when you are in the hallways of the hotel. This is also should be worn during your interaction with fellow contestants, staff, and other people involved in the production of the national pageant. So that is what's gonna happen. Do you guys have any questions so far? Did you get everything that I explained?
Yeah, everything is quite clear and kind of similar to what we're doing when we're outdoors.
Okay.
And as far as the events go during Pageant Week with all the fashion shows, how will we be putting precautions in place for our guests to view all of the events?
Okay, first and foremost, I'd like to talk about how will this work during each event, because as you know, during the Pageant Week, we will also be doing the Toronto Couture Fashion Week, which our contestants or our delegates will be the models that will feature all the designs and creations of our designers who is exhibiting their creations during the Toronto Couture Fashion Week. So how will it work? Because we have different kinds of shows. So during shows such as the regional assessment and the preliminary competition and the finals, including the talent. So the girls, when they're doing, like, let's say the opening number where they are all together, they are required to wear their mask. And then when they are one-on-one on stage, they are allowed, or they will have to remove the mask so that they are able to show their face and their personality on stage, because you're being judged for that. So when the girls are doing a one-on-one portion in a competition during our events, our girls will not be wearing this mask. However, when they're in the backstage waiting for their turn, because the other girls will be there as well, waiting for their turn, they must wear the mask. Okay? So during the talent competition where the girls are singing, where the girls are dancing, obviously they will not be wearing this. Now let's talk about the audience. Obviously, it will be a completely different norm as we go on the new norm of events and shows. So when an audience, before they enter the event room or the theater, they are required to have a temperature check. Then they are required to wear a mask. Now, some people would say, we are not able to wear the mask because of health condition. There's no need to worry because of the fact that there is only limited seats. So the actual theater has a capacity of 600 seating capacity. So with that, because of the fact that we are required to practice social distancing, we are needed to distance everybody 6 meters apart. So it will be a theater sitting and everybody will be sitting 6 meters apart, and then the row or the chairs, the next row will be blocked. Then the next row will be blocked, and then the next row will be another opening of seating, which they must practice again 6 meters apart. So in total, out of the 600, there will only be 150 people allowed to be in the venue as an audience, because we also have our contestants and our staff and our volunteers, our reigning queens, which will be part of the number of people that are allowed on the event space.
What if we have some guests or that is more than the capacity? What should we do with that?
Okay, so what happens is that if you're bringing a guest, if they didn't order their tickets in advance, because on our ticket ordering, it will be all online, it will show there how many more tickets are available to purchase. So if it's all sold out, it will be mentioned on the website, on the ticket website, which will be given to you, and they can go and show up, like a dine-in, like a show up. And when they go there and there are people that did not show up, then there's a chance that they can get in. Okay, that's why it's really important that you purchase your tickets in advance, because of the fact that it's not a guarantee that there is going to be an available sitting for you if you go in at the venue in the last minute.
Okay, since we have tickets that they have to purchase online to get entry, is there is the ticket transferable or
No, there's no refunds. or exchange on ticket purchases. And another thing that I would like to explain, during the gala night dinner, which is our talent competition, there usually in one table, because it's a sit-down dinner, there's 10 people sitting. But because of social distancing guidelines of CDC, there's only going to be 3 tables that, 3 people in each table to be seated during the gala night. So with that being said, there's only 10 tables that are set up for the actual gala presentation. There will only be 30 tickets available during the gala talent competition. Again, if you do show up without purchasing a ticket in advance, there is not a guarantee for you to have that kind of ticket available for you or a seating available for you. But one thing that we're actually thinking of is there will be an outside area that we might have to set up for people who wants to see the show. But again, it will be tented. It will be a tent where there are only going to be limited seats, where a ticket must be purchased for that. And that will be for the people who actually are walk-ins and don't have a ticket and they don't have a place to sit in. And they will basically sit on the TV, watching it on our
TV or like a
projector screen. Yes. So that's what it is. And then on the final night of the competition, it's the same rules, 6 meters apart, and 2 rows after the front row will be blocked, and then another row will be open. But if you're not able to watch it, you can actually purchase we're doing a live pay-per-view webcast, which people can watch by just paying a fee via PayPal to watch the show via webcast. So again, then you can watch the shows live from your own home in an enjoyment in front of your television screen or computers. So with that being said, we are going to practice all safety features and guidelines that has been set up by the CDC in order for all of us to be safe and to have a good production, and for the girls not only to have fun during the pageant week, but also to practice safetyness among everybody so that everybody can be healthy and everybody can enjoy the week without having that fear of being infected.
That sounds great, and I'm looking forward to a good pageant week ahead of us.
So a lot of people, by the way, are kind of concerned. So what happens during the week when a girl, maybe a contestant, might get sick? Obviously, we will have a medical personnel around, which will determine whether the contestant must be put to urgent care and be brought to the hospital for more medical attention. But again, if everybody will be following the guidelines that we set up, that CDC has set up for us, then this shouldn't be a problem. And at this time, we will also practice that the girls will have proper rest to make sure that they are having enough rest, enough sleep, so that they can have a strong immune system. Because I believe that proper rest contributes to a strong mind, strong body, and strong energy, happy energy. With that being said, again, the most important factor about this is the safety of all the people that will be involved in this production. Okay?
Thank you, Maya, for giving us those information that everyone needs, especially our candidates.
Yeah, we're super excited for all the delegates to come in and experience the new norm for pageantry.
I would like to thank, by the way, my Strato Fashions for creating this mask for all our contestants, and all our delegates will be given this. It's a Miss Candle Productions face mask, which has 3 wordings of what we stand by. We are united because we believe in unity, that in order for things to go well, everybody should be united towards one goal. We are strong because we believe in a sisterhood. We believe in positive energy and positive attitude that the girls will gain from this pageant. And we are blessed because despite of the pandemic, despite of all the challenges that the 2020 year has brought to us, we are still here, we are still in existence, or we are still existent, sorry about that. We're still existent, and we are still pursuing a very good production for everybody in Canada to see, for all our girls to enjoy, including their parents. And I just want to make a fact that because some of our girls will have their families in the hotel, it's also the same thing. There is a, how can I say that? Social distancing that is happening. Everybody in the hotel is required, everybody that is in the hotel must wear a face mask. But however, just to let you know, Miss Candle Productions is not liable for anybody's parents or family that will be sick during the time that we are in our host hotel, including the hotel. And that is also, there will be a form that must be signed before you are allowed to check into your rooms. So, just to have everybody know, because of the fact that we are all in this together, and we as an organization is only responsible for the girls, but at the same time, we are only responsible to give the experience for the girls. We are all in our own mind and our own doing. If the girl does not follow the guidelines and she gets sick or infected, we are not going to be liable for that, because of the fact that it's up to the girl's decision on her actions, how she acted and how she basically did her discipline throughout the pageant week. And we will not be blamed for any wrong decision of any girl that has broken the guidelines or rules of safetyness that CDC has put in order for us to have a safe event.
Once again, thank you, Maya, for giving those very informative thing that all our candidates and all our visitors coming to town for our pageant week.
And thank you again for helping put on this production. It's really going to be a great year, and we're excited for the delegates to come down.
I would like to thank both of you for being here and spending the time with me, especially coming from our 2 reigning title holders, because it's really good for people to understand that we are practicing safetyness. And again, our priority is the safetyness of all our contestants, our staff, our title holder, including parents and family members that will be around during that pageant week. So we are all in this together. To everyone here, to all the pageant community, whether you're from MCGP or from other pageant organizations, we are all in this together. We have to make this a possibility in order for us to have good events, because again, the main feature of pageantry is about personality development. And this pandemic should not stop us from doing that. And sorry, I have to say this, but some people are asking, why are we not doing a virtual pageant? Why? Because it will not be fair for these girls to not experience what other contestants from previous years have experienced, and that is the sisterhood. That's the most important thing. They get to bond together, get to know each other, they get to build relationships. And the experience of performing on stage for people to be watched, that is the number one feeling. The feeling that people are cheering you on. It gives a boost of morale for all these girls, especially the ones that are actually having issues with confidence. This will cure them. So this is the reason why we don't want to do a virtual pageant. But if in any situation, let's say that there's a lockdown that will be enforced by the government, again, because of pandemic infections, then we might reconsider a virtual pageant. But we are set to go September 16th to the 27th. We are so excited to meet all our delegates from all over Canada to witness the event of the National Pageant. It's our 21st edition, and we are excited to crown our new queens. New queens, new life, new chapter. So thank you so much again for joining us. My name is Maya Santana Pilar.
And I'm Rafa Bella.
And I'm Shelby ALDRED.
Thank you very much for watching the Miss Canada Globe 2020 National Pageant COVID-19 Guidelines by CDC, the new pageant norm by MCGP Productions.